Right, I've unmolded the soaps from yesterday. Thought we'd take a look. This is the round, shorter one. It got a little, it's a little humid here today, so there's a little liquid on the top. But as you can see, I still have my nice ribbon effect. On the side, it's always more blurry than it is on the inside, but even on the outside, I'm getting some nice definition of my reds and whites. This one I did in the top of a bottle, so it's got the neck. But as you can see, this one also actually has pretty nice definition of the reds and whites. Actually, it's better than I anticipated it would be, just because I always find that the sides are always somewhat blurry compared to the inside. And this is the little knob that I got out of the end of the bucket. So even though that was a little more mixed, it actually has a really pretty effect. It's more subtle, not as ribbony, but there's some really nice variation in there. I like this one a lot. But that's just a little sampler, so we'll cut them up to see what we get inside. I'll do this one first. I'm not going to be able to use this knobby section, so let me just go from a different angle here. The dogs just got finished eating. I'm a crappy cutter, so it's uncommon that I actually cut anything straight. Whew, that's way busier than I thought it would be. Looks like salami. Like I said, your 3D effect is going to be gone in a soap. So that, I'll clean them up and take some still pictures too, because I think it's a little easier to see what you get. We won't have knife marks and any drag marks at all. This gelled looks like the TD got a little separation in it actually. So I only had it wrapped lightly in a blanket, so the TD, it must have gelled pretty hot from that accelerating FO. So looks okay. The top is usually what people like to see, but the thing is, all throughout the soap it's going to be different. Wow, this got really hot. I can definitely see some, we had a debate about this on the forum, but what we call stearic streaks, and then where the TD has precipitated out. But I did, oh, and this is one that actually had the applesauce, so I did get a little effect from that. But you can see some nice definition on the reds and whites and a little ribbon effect. Like I said, I'll clean it up and show you what it looks like after it's rinsed and looks better. That didn't get the whole thing. Told you I'm a crappy cutter. See if I can get one little slice that gets that end off. I think actually that looked pretty cool in blue and white myself. But again, some nice definition, and you get some different patterns, so that's always worth it in a soap, as far as I'm concerned. Let's do the bottom first. Like I said, I'll attach some. I'll clean these up and I'll do a video of some of the stills so that you can take a better look. Oh, this one turned out a little nicer. I think because I didn't have the applesauce nature of it. So it's actually a little bit soft. I wonder if the bottom gelled. And I suppose the orange is really not the best background for this color combination, but it is what it is. Oh, that's interesting. Got a very lacy pattern on this one. Oh, I will definitely have to get a close-up of that. It's really cool. And of course my camera is focused for the end. That's really nice. I like that a lot. And then we'll just clean up the top of this one that came out a little better. I didn't dare stir in when it was applesauce, though I just would end up with pink soap, so I figured I may as well just go for the gold. And then that's the pattern near the top of the other one. So if you are really compulsive, or you could actually do, I think, some really cool flower patterns, doing a leaf or a petal pattern with a a ribbon swirl and get something pretty cool. I don't know. I think it's a great pour. There's tons that you can do with it. Obviously, if you have fine lines, you're going to get something a little different than if you have the thicker lines. Your pattern makes a difference if it's random. I think this one was a random one. And again, it's not, well, some people could say that's ugly, I suppose. But you'll get something different, and which leaves everything to the imagination, and loads of different things that you can do with your soap, which is what we're always looking for. I'm just curious what the knob of this looked like. That's one I poured by hand. That's not particularly interesting. And like I said, I'll clean this up as well and do a video of some stills. So there you go. All right, here are some close-ups so you can take a look. This is my little knob. I really like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in. I might have to refocus. I like that. It's got really nice variations in the color without being too drastic between the colors. I can see getting some really cool effects with that. This one looks more lacy. This one, very nice color definition, kind of a more random type of swirl. I'm trying to find where I'd focused. That's more of the flower pattern. Nice definition. Those are some of the cut spots. That part turned out really well. I'm not as happy, obviously, with this. Looks a bit meaty, but that's because of the little bit of, I don't know, ricing I got that I poured through. If you have a smoother batter, you're going to get a smoother pour. And so, and there's the other one. And I also kind of gave up doing a pattern, I think, on these. So the eye just tends to be drawn to symmetry, and this has none, essentially. So not too keen on these, but you can see the effect that you're going for and get a feel for what you can do for it. So probably not a hugely accelerating fragrance would be a good idea, and something that gives you a nice smooth batter and you can get some really cool pours.